Well, greetings, people of the internet. Unky Joe here, Unky Joe's Playhouse. It's true. Good things do come to those who wait. So I'm a firm believer in good things come to those who wait, and I've waited long enough, Synology, and finally a newsletter appeared in my inbox heralding the coming of the release candidate for my Synology FS1018. Now, this NAS was donated by Sasha Lopez of Blue Telecoms in the United Kingdom. Oh, now in 2 years. Actually, he loaned it to me to use for a while, and I never sent it back because he told me to keep it. What a generous person, right? The benefit of this FS1018 is it has all flash storage in it. They're all 2.5-inch drive bays, and you've seen me do videos on it before. But anyway, I got the notification today that they finally, I've been running a beta version of DSM-7 on this Synology flash station, and I did a video on that as well, so go check that out. But in the meantime, the release candidate came out for all the other Synologies, and they decided not to include my Synology Flash Station 1018. There was even a rumor going around, you know how the internet is, there was a rumor going around that they were not going to support this unit on DSM-7, but I knew that couldn't be true because they'd already released a beta version on it. If they weren't going to increase it or include it in the release candidate and the version 7 moving on, they would have not bothered with the beta. But that was just my opinion or my gut feeling. But like I said, they've released it, and so what we're going to do today in this video is I'm going to upgrade this in real time. I'm not taking any precautions or anything, and you should please back up your Synology NAS before you attempt to do this. But what I want to do is show you how I've got it all configured, and then we'll do the update together, and we'll come back here and we'll talk about it a bit more. Well, the day has arrived, boys and girls. Today is the 14th of September, and I was notified by Synology through their newsletter that they have now released version 7.01, I believe it is, for the Synology Flash Station. We use this unit because it has flash storage in it. In fact, well, let me just show you what's in it. So in the unit itself, in the pools, the hard drives we have in here, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 240 gig light-on SSD drives, and 2 1 terabyte SanDisk Ultras, also donated to us by Sasha. And we have that set up in 2 different storage pools. And we use this fast storage as our iSCSI share and our NFS share. Now, the other thing we did to this unit months ago was we upgraded the RAM on it. So if we come under here, under Control Center, go to Info Center, and you'll see that we are running Intel Pentium D1508 with 16 gig of RAM. So on this unit, I have some virtual machines as well. I've got a Windows, I've got my 3CX phone system on here. I had my free PBX on here. I have a Windows Server 2019 server running that I run things like WDS on, and that I run, which is Windows Deployment Services. And I also run a program on there called LAN Sweeper. And then I have a Windows 7 virtual machine hanging around just so I can use the iDRAC controller on the older Dell units. So let's go out and look and see what update it is I'm talking about. So if we go to Control Panel and go to Update and Restore, you'll see that version 7.01-42214 is available for download. And I'm currently on 7.0-41222, which was the initial beta release. But let's go look at the notes about this, release notes. So this is the one we're going to be going to. After installing, I will not be able to downgrade. I should be running version 6.2 or above. Reserve extra time to complete the update. It takes 10 to 20 minutes. while package updates may take more than an hour. So I'm going to be bringing down, none of these servers on here are critical. Let's go back to my, and I have a Docker container. I have my my Pi-hole server running as well. None of these servers are critical other than my phone server, and my phones can be offline for a while. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm not going to be doing a complete a clean install. So it's telling us if I have Active Insight, Synology Photos, and Secure Sign-In. If I installed those during the preview beta programs, it should update the applications to the latest version after the DSM update. So we'll check that. And you see right here my FS1018. That's the model I have, so it is compatible. Let's see, USB devices, Wi-Fi, dongle, Bluetooth are no longer supported. They ended support for Extended 3. It disables NTLM version 1. That's fine. I'm not using NTLM version 1. NSF version 4.1 are no longer supported with the following. Oh, that could be a problem. No, I'm using NFS 3, I believe, because it's not going to be compatible with those processors. So the maximum NFS protocol will be NFS version 4. Okay. Creating SSD caches on block level LUNs is no longer supported. NT4 domains are no longer supported. That's fine. The URLs used by DSM when updating and running service have been modified. So we'll have to make sure our firewall rules are configured properly. Let's open that in a new tab and see what it says about that. Okay, so the DSM update download sites are going to change. The HDD SSD update pack download sites are going to change. The help doesn't look like it's changing. There's a configuration backup now. File sharing, support site, package center, dynamic DNS. Okay. Let's see. iSCSI Manager will become SAN Manager. I've already experienced that. When you reconnect to iSCSI targets from your VMware after the update, the data stores on the LUNs that are mapped, the targets may not be mounted properly. This only happens to LUNs created before the update. Not a big issue for me. Let's see. To provide comprehensive TLS support and ensure compatibility, TLS SSL profile level and modern compatibility will automatically change to intermediate compatibility after the update. Easy Internet is merged with router configuration. Python 3 is now merged into DSM as a built-in service. I wonder if that's what they're running their software on now, is Python. Interesting. It's removed some dynamic DNS providers. It doesn't bother me or doesn't affect me. The update Quick Connect is secured via SSL, and your Quick Connect domain will be passed to Let's Encrypt for certificate application purposes. Okay. Security Advisor by default enables login analysis and certain custom account detection items. Video conversion is no longer supported. Does not affect me. Okay, what's new? Let's see. Memory caching. Most of these don't accept me. Oh, the FS series. Supports creating volumes up to 1 petabyte in ButterFS. Petavolume. Cool, and that is my FS series model is included. And supports notifying users when there is insufficient storage for metadata. Okay, well, I've spent 8 minutes going over the compatibility notes, so let's get this installed. See if there's any critical warnings here. It's going to restart my NAS, yada yada. Fixed issues. Okay, well, let's get her done. So the first thing I want to do is I want to shut down all my virtual machines. And because I have the pass-through software loaded on here, I can just shut them down like this. I don't know about 3CX, if I need to do it that way or if I need to actually connect up and shut it down. Let's take a look, see. See if I can remember my root password, or if it'll allow me root. Okay, shut down now. Okay, it looks like it's shutting down. Well, let's hope it is. It says it's running, but I don't have an IP anymore, so there it goes. It's powered off now. All right, so I've got all my virtual machines powered off. All right, so let's update now. Let's see if it'll download it. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I agree. Let's update. And we'll let it run. Okay, it says it's going to take about 20 minutes. We shall see. I'm going to let it run, do its thing. It's been a while since this unit has been rebooted, and once it is rebooted, then we'll come back. Okay, well, it has rebooted. So let's go log in. This is one of the things I don't like about the login screen. I would prefer the username and password be on one screen, but that's okay. Okay, so they have a service now called Active Insight. Better technical support, faster troubleshooting, manage multiple through a web portal. I'm going to enable later, and then we'll let it come up. Why it moved my little chingamaderos over there, I don't know. All right, so it looks like the update was successful. We'll go out to File Station and we'll go out to Info Center and see that we are on 7.0.1-42214. It sees everything. Let's go out first to Package Center and look at our installed packages. And look, there's a repair this package because this version installed is incompatible with your DSM. That's a good thing I looked at that because I was going to go fire up my virtual machine. So it's good to know now. The other thing I want to do is go into Docker, and I want to verify that Docker, and specifically my Pi-hole DNS, is up and running. Okay, so just to test that, I'm going to go to a website, and I can. Okay, so let's go ahead and repair. Fingers crossed, because I didn't back up any of my VMs. So let's go to the repair. Let's see what it says. All right. It looks like it has repaired it. So these are all the packages I currently have installed. And it looks like none of these need to be updated. I guess they're all compatible with the version of the DSM I'm running now. Let's go to my notifications. Okay. I've done that. Clear them out. And let's go to Virtual Machine Manager now. Uh-oh, 4 virtual machine errors. Oh, looky there. It miraculously healed itself. Okay, the first thing I want to do is get my 3CX machine powered back on. So let's prepare that, power it on. Let me then connect, and we'll watch it boot here. Yeah, and that failed error is normal. Okay, so it's booted back up. So let's see here. Let me go back and close that window. So my 3CX system is up and running. Now what I want to do is power on my Windows Server 2019 machine that runs my monitoring software and my Windows deployment services. And it looks like we're going to be successful. Okay, that's up and running. And now let's go get our Windows 7 virtual machine up and running. And we'll connect to that. Oh, I miss that screen, don't you? Why is it we always miss the previous version of the operating system unless it was Vista? Okay, so that virtual machine is booted up, and yeah, it all looks good. Let's go into SAN Manager and make sure our it's welcoming us. Yeah, well, I've already looked at this, but we'll come back. I only have one iSCSI share connected right now, and that is the WDS. These are not active right now, or not in use. But they're there just in case, and you can see one iSCSI share is connected to Windows Deployment Server. So yeah, it looks like it worked. It worked to charm. Let me make sure my my shares are still here. Yeah, they appear to be. I've got some. That's where I store my projects for Unky Joe's Playhouse, I should say. Let's go to the edits folder, and yeah, that was pilot to copilot. We're going down, so it's working. Good, mission accomplished. Thank you, Synology. I'm glad you finally updated the Flash Station series, and there were a few more as you saw in the notes. I'm glad that you finally updated it, because now I feel like you're not going to forget the Flash Station 1018 series of products, at least for the foreseeable future. So there you go. That's how difficult that was. And like I say, the one step I did omit was doing a backup of my NAS, but I really didn't have anything to back up. There were no applications really running on here other than Virtual Machine Manager and Docker, and I'd already taken steps to protect those machines. So there you go. So that worked very well. Thank you, Synology. I appreciate you getting that release candidate out to me. I'm quite confident that it will be stable for what I use it for. I had really good luck with the beta version of 7. I never had, knock on wood, any crashes, memory leaks, or anything of that sort. I never had to restart it for some strange or odd reason. And I'm hoping the release candidate now will end up being the same way. So time will tell, and I frankly don't mind being a beta tester or even a release candidate tester for Synology, because their software is what makes their price tag money well spent, in my opinion. And I'm about to do another series of videos on the Synology now that DSM-7 has come out of beta and is in the release candidate. And it's going to be a soup to nuts. I'm going to use myself as a scenario, and you'll see those videos in the upcoming weeks. So be sure to look out for them. Now, this Synology Flash Station is no slouch. I upgraded it to 16 gig of RAM. Not only is it my iSCSI and NFS storage for my virtual machines, but it's also runs my Pi-hole DNS server under Docker. It also runs my my Windows Server 2019 server, my phone server. I've got three machines running in virtualization on here, and that processor can handle it. And the more RAM, the additional RAM I put on it, makes it trivial to run those on there. And you saw I took you through some of the menu. The menus are responsive and fast, and it's not like you're on the DSM very often through the web interface, unless maybe you're a remote worker. But for me, I only go on there once in a while to check the status of the drives and whatnot, because I use most of those drives as a share, SMB share on my network. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about that Synology Flash Station. I was really lucky. Again, thank you, Sasha at Blue Telecoms in the UK, for sending that our way, because Sasha is such a philanthropist. He not only helped my channel, he's helped Morton's channel, and he goes out and he seeds. It's just my opinion. He's never told me he's done this, but it's like he plants these little seeds in various YouTubers and to kind of inspire them to do more videos on a subject that he finds informative and entertaining as well. So it's thanks to people like Sasha and those of you that donate and support the channel that make all this possible. And I want to send a heartfelt thank you out to all of my supporters. And those of you financially that can't support, that's fine. Don't ever feel bad about that. You know, I'm good. I'm good. And those donations that we get are highly appreciated, but don't feel compelled. But just wanted to shout out to Sasha again. He's been incredibly giving and helpful in keeping Uncle Joe's Playhouse up and running. So anyway, we hope you found this video entertaining and informative. As always, please give us a thumbs up down below if you like the video. Leave your comments down in the comments section. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and click the notification bell to be notified of new videos when they come out. If you would or are inclined to donate, PayPal, Patreon, the YouTube join function, or just send me a check in the mail. It doesn't really matter to me. Anyway, thanks for coming to see us, and please don't forget, we'll see all of you on the other side.